All right, welcome back to another trade recap. Um, today was not a good day because I took a loss and I didn't exactly break my rules. Okay, but I would say I didn't trade the way that I would like to trade. Okay, so let's just go over the bias for the day. So coming in, you can see how last week we had a huge dump to fill uh, all these fair value gaps here to the left on the 1 hour time frame, and ever since these gaps have been filled, we are getting some sort of a retracement up to back to the upside and before going lower. So overall, I would say that the trend on the higher time frame is still bearish. And coming into the day, this is what I saw. I saw Asia like repump. Yeah, sorry, it's so freaking messy. Okay. Okay, so what I see was giant 1 hour fair value gap. I see how price rejected all of this 1 hour fair value gap, and I figured that okay, this fair value gap is a significant one, and my buyers will be bearish once price takes out this high uh, within the 1 hour fair value gap. So, um, okay, so now after saying that, I feel really fucking stupid because I in fact did not follow my plan. Okay, so coming to the day, I was on the slightly lower time frames, and first thing I saw was this 15-minute fair value gap. Okay, as I was marking out the chart at 9. So I saw this price trade into it, reject. Okay, so same concept as I used on the 1 hour fair value gap. I wanted to see this high get taken out. Okay, but still respect the fair value gap. Uh, and I wanted to take a shot, right? So what happened was market open, we come and tap into the 1 hour fair value gap, bearish fair value gap. We take out London high and created an SMT with ES. Okay. Okay, so let me turn this off. Okay, so you can see my chart executions. So I took a shot here because of the 1 minute IFVG. So two things happened here. Okay, price went to tap the 1 hour bearish fair value gap, take out the London high, and then created a 15-minute SMT, bearish SMT with ES, and then we create this 1 minute inverse fair value gap to the downside. Okay, so this happened at around 9:36. So I got in. Okay, you can see how price came and tapped the 50% mark of the inverse fair value gap, and we did dump a little bit. Okay, uh, slightly past the 12 a.m. opening price. Okay, and you see what happened here. Um, you can see how once price went below the 12 a.m. opening price, it just reversed back up very violently, causing me to get stopped out. Okay, so this was a IFVG model trade. I risked 36 points on this. Okay, so here's the next mistake that I made. So I was getting too used to risking 5 micros because I was trading the rejection block model. I actually risked 5 micros on this, and 5 micros on this would, with a 36 point stop loss, would mean okay, 5 micros means $10 per point and 36 points stop loss means that I'm actually risking $362 for this trade. So this is something that I shouldn't have done. I should have calculated my risk properly, but I did not. And that's a mistake on my part. Okay, so I would say that this trade wasn't a bad one, just that we haven't we haven't really approached the objective of the day, which is to sweep this buy side liquidity. Okay, right. So you can see how we go slightly into profit and we uh, just lost. Okay, but my confluences are liquidity sweep, session high sweep, SMT, tap into higher time frame bearish PD array. So that would technically be an A plus setup. But subjectively, it would be an A setup because I still have my buy side liquidity here. So that's that for the trade. Also, if I were to look at this trade in bar replay, okay, I would say that the bearish momentum in lifetime was really strong, right? So you can see how this IFEG, not this IFEG, sorry. Yeah. So if you see here, okay, we haven't tapped into the 1 hour bearish value yet, but here we tapped in. Okay, that's where we swept London high with this candle. It created this 15-minute SMT. Then boom, 1 minute inverse, very strong momentum. So the reason for me placing my stop loss here is because of this order block. I felt that price was very unlikely to inverse this fair value gap again, okay, and stop me out at this level. Okay, so that was the reason why I did it. The reason why I targeted this low is because you can see on the 1 hour, this is actually a low inside of a 1 hour fair value gap, and because my bias is bearish, I would expect this low to be taken. Right, so let's just see sorry, so yeah, so okay, we come down in the profit, close below midnight open, but at this point we started reversing. Okay, and I got stopped out here. Okay, doesn't matter, I trade this eval pretty aggressively, so it's fine. So next I waited, right? I thought maybe, okay, I felt like this second trade I shouldn't have taken, and I should have reserved my ammo for my second trade. So based on my rules, I only allow myself to take 2 trades a day. If the first trade is a loss, second trade will be half size. So because I was risking 300, second trade I will risk 150. But because that was kind of a over risk, I would say next trade I would just risk, right, $100. Okay, but you can see here, um, price did come back up, something very unlikely. Uh, price did come back up, sweep this London high, created another SMT and another 1 minute inverse fair value gap. Okay, okay, but you can see this one fails as well, and then we created a new high. So this tells me that market conditions are kind of choppy today. So let's okay, hold on. So actually the second trade that I took was this. This was a fairly quick loss. So because we again have another SMT, we swept all of these highs. Okay, London high and everything. and we have this inverse fair value gap and a 1 minute change in state of delivery confirmation. CISD. Okay. Yeah. So this is like kind of my 1 minute CISD confirmation for the trade. So I jumped to the higher time frame and took this as my rejection block. Okay. However, you can see that straight away I got stopped out. I only had a 10-point stop loss, and I wanted to target the 12 a.m. opening price. But we didn't get it. It was stopped out, and price just started getting manipulated. Okay, so this was the point where Trump announced tariffs on India, so market started pumping towards my buy side. Alright, so this is the trade that I missed. Okay, if I were to trade IFEGs, you can see how right now we have a 15-minute rejection block. Okay, and you can see how like it sweeps this high within the 1 hour fair value gap. Right, so if I would have ammo left, I will place a limit order here with a 10-point stop loss. Yeah, roughly there, 10-point stop. Okay, and yeah, looks like it's already going, but I will just target the low of the 12 a.m. But I will only get this trade if I waited. Okay, let me show you something which is so freaking cool. Okay, so you see how this 15-minute rejection block is so huge? Okay, let me go to the 5-minute time frame. Alright. So on the 5-minute time frame, you can see this inverse fair value gap. And mark this out in gray. 5-minute inverse fair value gap. And look at this. It lines up perfectly with the 50% mark of the rejection block. Which is why if I had ammo left for today, I would limit order the fuck out of this. Put a 10-point stop loss. Target. Sell side. Okay. I will update again in the Discord if this trade were to hit, but I will take this on paper. Alright, so that's all for the trade recap. Yeah, so I guess today the lesson that I learned was don't be so stupid with risk. Even if I want to trade two models, I should adhere to my risk management and just not just use fucking 5 micros for every single thing. That's dumb. Also, today is a day with no news, I believe. Little to no news, right? So, according to Financial Juice, we got crude oil inventory news, but if I go to Forex Factory, you can see that. Oops, let me see. Fuck. How do I filter this shit? And USD. I can see right how we had barely any news. So I feel like this is a day that I shouldn't be trading, or at least I should be sizing down. Right, but tomorrow will be a good day to trade because tomorrow we got unemployment claims at 8:30 and some non-farm news. although not non-farm payroll, but more will be a good day to trade. So I'm just conserving my ammo for that. August 8, Friday, honestly, not that good of a day to trade. I will fade the charts on Friday. Okay, and yeah, let me see. Okay, I'll update this. Okay, but that's all for now. What else do I want to say? Yeah, I want to stick to my rules. Trade, trade well. Don't be a fucking idiot. And yeah, that's about it. But